Welcome to another new episode of the Declutter Me podcast with myself, Shelina. How are you doing? Are you on holiday already or about to travel? If you are about to travel or are already on your holiday and listening to me, thank you, first of all. And secondly, let's talk about buying stuff on holiday. I've just come back from Morocco and I witnessed people as normal buying lots of stuff in the markets for themselves and for people who are not there. And it just got me thinking that, we need to talk about this. We need to have a conversation. And it's a long one, so we're going to make this two parts. So today I'm going to be talking about souvenirs that you buy for yourself. And next week we're going to talk about souvenirs that people laden into your life and the clutter they just put into your homes because they've gone on holiday and you haven't. So souvenir clutter, as you guessed, is souvenirs that you buy on holiday. And it can be, a temple like the ceramic Pantheon. It can be a shell from the Seychelles, which people seem to buy a lot of. Like, how many shells are there in Seychelles for people to buy? And, with Seychelles written on it. Or it could be a bookmark from the National Trust. But ask yourself when you go on holiday, do you really need the Statue of Liberty? Do you need a ceramic teapot or ceramic clogs? Do you need a bell from Switzerland? Do you? What is the point of the bell from Switzerland other than it's a Swiss thing? And actually, I've been to Switzerland and I never saw any bells except for those ones that you buy in souvenir shops. I didn't see them anywhere else. It's weird, very weird. Anyway, think about it. Do you have photos of the place you went to? Do you have wonderful memories? Do you need things? Do you need a bell? Do you need clogs? Do you need a temple in your life? You don't, most probably. Like, it's just not needed. So, let's talk about that. There's nothing wrong with souvenirs. I went to Morocco and I bought beautiful tiled coasters. I bought a basket bag thing that I use now to take stuff from my house to the car. I bought a painting from Yves Saint Laurent and I also bought postcards from there as well. And a poof, because the one my parents had bought from Morocco before had been ruined by one cat. So I bought a new poof to replace that. And this was all planned. I knew that I was going to buy a poof. I knew I was going to buy the paintings. And the basket, my parents said they'd bought for me last time, and I don't remember it. And then we bought it from the same woman they'd bought it from. And she was lovely. And it was actually really, really useful. And I loved it. And it was cheap as well. So I bought it. The tile coasters were not planned for, but we all saw them and loved them, and they were different designs. So we've all bought them because we didn't have coasters in our homes or decent ones. So everything was planned. I buy artwork every time I travel. And so my walls are adorned with pieces of art from different parts of the world that I've traveled to. And that's my thing. So artwork and magnets are my thing that I buy on holiday. I might buy a few other things, which I did this time, but not that much to clog up my house. And everything is something that I really want or is really useful. So you have to think about that when you're going on holiday. We're lucky now. We have Google. We can ask our friends and family before traveling to the destination. And we can even ask on social media about what's the things to buy at the holiday destination. People might say it's coffee or honey or coasters, or there might be things. I mean, in Morocco, we bought argan or from one place, but my mum and I bought one bottle and then we've shared the bottle between us because we were like, we're not going to spend a lot of money on this stuff because we'll most probably forget to use it. And I know people that have bought 10 bottles of this stuff and then don't use it. So if you're going to buy something, just buy one. Like, yes, it'll be sad if you run out and you actually do love the product. But nowadays you can buy stuff online and get it shipped to you anyway from that country. So it's not the end of the world. Or somebody will go to that country and you can ask them to bring it for you if you really, really like it. So make a plan. So check what is recommended to buy at your holiday destination. Make a shopping list and try to stick to it. So you'll end up spending less and not wasting money and not wasting time shopping for things that you don't really want or need. So that's the main thing to think about when you're buying souvenirs. here are my other tips as well. So number one, don't buy large souvenirs. They take up valuable space in your suitcase, take up valuable kilos in your suitcase, especially if you go on low-cost airlines like EasyJet, which I'm not a fan of, for reasons that I will not disclose, but it's all on my social media. They take up space, and with large items, unless you really, really wanted it, it can get difficult to put in your house and then difficult to get rid of once you get bored of it. So try and buy stuff that's easily manageable. Choose practical items, and they're useful as well. So, for example, I bought the coasters, which I now use in my home. They're useful, and I knew they'd be useful. Plus, they had the Moroccan tiles that I love. So it was worth every penny for me to buy them. Don't buy t-shirts. Are you really going to wear those t-shirts with the location on them? You know how people used to buy the Hard Rock Cafe ones and then save them? They just take up valuable real estate in your wardrobe or in a drawer or in a box. It's just clutter. So unless you're going to wear them, unless they're really, really cool, like I had a New York Yankees shirt that I still wear at home and I love to bits. Yeah, buy that then. But if it's got something like a location and it's a bit gaudy and you're never going to wear it out in public, don't buy it. Same with Hawaiian shirts. People buy millions of Hawaiian shirts and they never wear them because they're just too gaudy. So don't buy them. Like, think about the money you're going to waste and the valuable real estate you're going to take up in your cupboards buying these items. My next thing is invest in art, which I've already talked about as well. So I've been doing it for years, and it's now got to the point where I have beautiful pieces in my home that remind me of my travels. It also includes rugs as well. But, you know, when you go, buy one rug, don't buy 10 rugs, even if it's cheap in Turkey and Iran, just buy one. Like, I have one rug that I bought from Turkey that I've kept and I love a lot. But the artwork, like, I have space for it on my walls and I put them up and it's great. You know, in my bedroom, I have beautiful pieces of art that I wake up to and see these destinations that I've been to, you know, and I love it. It's amazing. So do things like that. So you have these pieces to look at and to remind you of the wonderful holidays you've been on. Also, take a picture. I've talked about photo clutter before on podcasts. So don't take tens of the same waterfall or same statue or whatever. Take one beautiful photo, and then you can either print it and put it into a frame or have it on a digital photo frame. But take a picture, and that will last longer than these tack that you buy from markets. And don't buy souvenirs for people who are not on your trip. It'll be clutter for them as they haven't traveled to that destination, and then they feel obliged to keep it. And I'm going to talk about it in the next episode. But also think about it that you're going to waste something on something that they will not appreciate, they won't love, they won't have any sentimental thing about it from that destination. So save that money and buy an item for yourself. You know, I know a lot of people buy, you know, especially in big families here, they'll buy lots of stuff for families. And I'm like, if you save that money, you could buy yourself a Chanel handbag with that money instead of wasting it on other people who will not appreciate that souvenir. So save the money, buy yourself something expensive, or go on an excursion or a treatment in that destination that you're on. And, you know, or have an amazing meal, like go to an amazing restaurant that you can find out about if you Google, and go there, spend the money on that, and you'll appreciate it much more. I remember my best friend and I went to Rome many years ago, and we went to this amazing restaurant, which was actually not that expensive, but it was so amazing that we still talk about that meal after all these years. That's what you want to have. You want to have those memories because it's your holiday. So waste the money on yourself. And especially when it comes to food, I can never not say, don't waste money on food. You know, I talked about food, but also think about, you know, if you're going to buy things, buy consumable items like coffee or alcohol, chocolate, pastries, small packets of spices, not big packets. I'm talking about you if you go to Sri Lanka. Don't fall for buying loads of packets from those spice farms. I've decluttered a lot of olive oil and pasta from the Mediterranean countries over the years, you know, especially that colored pasta that people buy. Don't buy that because it doesn't get used up. It looks too fancy and special to use. Don't buy it for other people as well because they'll never use it. So buy things that you can use straight away. can finish quickly. And if you have to buy for friends or family, buy consumables, small packets, don't buy big packets. So think about that. And, when you're buying and shopping for people. I've chatted about souvenir clutter that you may buy on your next holiday, but how about the souvenir clutter in your home already? So let's try and reduce that so you have more space in your home for things you really do love. So go through your holiday items and see what you really love and what reminds you of your trip. Let go of all the old souvenirs if you do not remember what they were and why they were important, or you don't even remember that destination that you went to. Like, why are you keeping that old souvenir? And consider who you're keeping the souvenirs for. Is it for yourself, for your kids, to show off to visitors? If it's for visitors, most visitors to the house do not care about your holiday, and especially about the knickknacks that you bought. They may feign interest, but let's be realistic. They don't care. They really don't. So don't burden them on them. Like, talk about your holiday when you come back, like for the first week, but then don't burden people like years later going, I bought this temple in Greece. Look at it. It's amazing. They don't care. Really. They don't care. Don't. And for the rest of the stuff, donate it. The things that you don't want to burden on your friends and family unless they really want it. The things that you don't want, donate it, give it away. If you can, sell it as well. But, selling is such a pain, especially in the Middle East. People don't value the cost of anything. If you live in America or the UK, you can try on eBay, Craigslist, or the Facebook marketplace and sell it on there. Also, look at the food items that you've bought as souvenirs and check if they've expired. If they have, declutter them. And that includes the oils and all those pastas. So that's my top tips for you with buying souvenirs and also getting rid of the souvenirs in your house. If you're going on holiday or on your holiday right now, have a lovely, lovely trip. And think of me when you're shopping. And also think of me because I'm staying in Dubai for the summer in the 40-degree heat. So I'm not jealous if you're on holiday. Nope, not at all. So have a lovely holiday. Thanks for listening as always. And I'll talk to you next week about part 2 on Souvenir Clutter. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.